Welcome to Raptors.com. Sherman and Leo joining me as we take a look at the 9th pick. The Toronto Raptors using the pick to pick Jakob Poeltl. Now, there was speculation. Do you trade the pick? Do you put it in a package? He's here for now, guys. He's been chosen 9th overall. Sherm, your thoughts on this pick?
Well, everything's not done. Obviously, there are moves that can be made with this pick. But I do think, if you're talking about the Raptors, the fact that at that power forward spot, they did need some help. And obviously, the young man's not going to come in and be an impact player. But down the road, it does address some things. And I think when you talk about him, this guy's a guy who can score on the block. He's got some talent. You know, this is a guy who can rebound the basketball. But the question is, does he develop? Does he get ready? And if they keep him, is he the guy that can actually come into position down the road and be a guy that's a factor in the future?
Well, when I look at him, I look at him as a backup to Jonas Valanciunas at a 5 spot more than a 4 spot. That's the way I see him. But he's got good numbers. You know, obviously DeLon Wright was happy to see a former teammate get drafted by the Toronto Raptors. But, you know, he's a very skilled big man. He can run the floor, play, as you said, play back to the basket, facing the basket, understands the game. And I think that's a big thing, his court sense. He's got a good feel for the game, and those are the type of players you want, players that can move the basketball, set screens, do all the things they have to do to also not only help their own game, but help everybody else on the floor.
And we talked about this earlier. You know, this team still has to build for the future.
Absolutely.
And if they do decide to keep this young man, he's a piece that they can build and produce, I think, a player that can help this franchise down the road. Now, we don't know what's going to happen, but you got to stay long-term, even in the moment. And I think that's something that Masai Ujiri and his staff have done a great job of doing.
Masai always values young players to keep the covered stock, Sherm. I agree with you. You never know what's going to happen. Remember, keep it locked right here to Raptors.com for all your draft and Raptors news.